Okay, my name is Cantieni. I'm living in Switzerland, nearby Zurich, and I will introduce you to the book The Encyclopedia of Good Reasons, which is my second novel, but the first one translated into English. And the book is about migration, and the book is about adoption. Well, everybody is into adoption these days. Madonna does, everybody does, and they're getting their kids from elsewhere. But people are very unhappy when fugitives come to their country, which are grown-ups and have very terrible. They have terrible journeys. They want to go away because it's bad in the country, because it's horrible, because they're threatened to life. I wanted to show the parallel between adoption and migration. Because I think a country who receives people from abroad could work in a similar way like adopting. It means to take care of someone until he is autonomous, until he can stand on his own feet and live his own life in an environment he doesn't know and things he has to be taught. She doesn't know the language when she comes into the country, and she doesn't know also the sense in words, in the single words. So she puts words in boxes to know where it's now, it's later, it's the past, and to get sense into the world also. The book is now translated into 6, maybe in about a few weeks into 7 languages, and the experience was it's getting out of your control. You know, if you're translated to Hungarian, I can't say anything to it. I have to ask a friend, a Hungarian-speaking friend, and say, does that match with what I've written? And in English, I had the luck of a very good translator, who's also a writer, Donald McLaughlin, and it's been absolutely great working with him, because we're just. One evening he came to Zurich with 10 pages of questions, and we sat in a restaurant and were discussing them until they were closing. And this is great, because there's so many questions to clear, because you can decide whether you translate word by word, which is it is meaningless, it is senseless, or you also can try to translate rhythm, music, and the deeper sense in things. And this is what Donald did. Yes, I'm personally very much interested in language, in the very bottom of it, in the body of language. We do have this possibility, and also the difficulty in translating in between our own cultures, because the Italian culture, southern part of the Alps, is completely different from the northern part of the Alps. And it causes difficulties also, and it causes difficulties. We have 23% of foreigners, but it's also a tradition that we have so many foreigners. We are, I think, absolutely used to deal with it. And lately in politics, which is also a subject in my book, right-handed parties want to get out the foreigners of our country. We couldn't do without them, and I don't want to do it without them.
I really enjoyed this event. I'd never heard of either of the authors before, but sometimes I like to go to discover new authors at the book festival, and both of them I found really interesting. I don't usually buy hardback books, but I've been inspired quite rashly to buy them both. Yeah, I also thought the presenter, the chairwoman, was very good, was particularly good. She obviously knew both of the books very well, and I thought the way she introduced the authors was good. I just thought that the approach of both of them to writing about immigration, something that was either sort of a personal to their experience or that they felt strongly they wanted to write about. I mean, I would say I thought this one was particularly good, and the fact that I hadn't read either of the books, I don't know, the way they read or the way they were talked about made it come to life. So I felt particularly inspired by this event, and that's why I've spent my money. But I think I've never found that a problem, going to listen to authors whose books I haven't read, because you learn something new, discover a new author.